Hello, this is the Cobra MM51B, which is a 20-inch or 51cm rotary mulch mower with a Briggs & Stratton engine, and this is how it arrives with you in this strong cardboard box. So what I'm going to do is undo it. Let's get the mower out and I'll show you how to get it ready so you can start mowing your lawns. So here it is, all unpacked, all the protective coverings have been taken off, and this is what you get. So we've got the mower unit here, we've got oil, it comes with oil, it comes with the engine manual and a mower manual, cable clip and tool there for spark plug. And although this is the mulch mower, which means it doesn't collect the grass clippings, it returns them into the soil, it does come with a side discharge flap, which I'll talk about when we get it on the ground and ready to start it. So what we need to do is just do some very simple assembling and get it fueled up, of course, and then I can show you the starting procedure. So handlebars are folded down in transit. What we need to do first of all is to take off some clips that are put on purely for protection to stop them causing any damage. There's these plastic clips here, there's one there and then there's one this side. Just get that one out there, just pull those off and they can be thrown away, you don't need those. And then what we need to do is to attach that to the main frame. What you'll need to do this is to get a 13mm spanner, doesn't come with it, and we need to take out these bolts off the frame. Just slide those out, there's a couple of washers on the inside, so don't lose those. And we just need to hang on to the two little washers there. We've got a flat washer and a spring washer, so we need all of those for when we reassemble. Okay, and then I'll just do the other side as well. To put the handlebars on is very simple. You can do it on your own, you can get some help if you want, but if you are on your own, then there it is. And what we're going to do is to fix it into this position, and if you make this into sort of an A shape, what we can do is use it to self-support itself. So it's going to go on the outside of this metal frame just here like this. Slide that down and we've got to line up the holes, so the bolts go from the inside out, so it's just a case of lining up the first one, and once you've got the first one in it, it's all a little bit easier, and they lock into place. They've got a square on the back, and then we can put on our two washers. So we can put on the flat washer first and then our spring washer. Okay, flat washer, spring washer, and then we've just got to get on the nut. Okay, just get them finger tight, and then we just get our spanner and tighten it. The spring washer just stops the nut from vibrating off in the future, so we're going to get it nice and tight, nip that up. Okay, and then repeat the same on the other side. Get the bolt through, lock it into place, and then we can slide on one washer, split washer, like that, and then the nut. Okay, so get those on finger tight, and then we can nip them up nice and tightly with the spanner. So you just need to get them nice and tight so that they're not going to vibrate out. So we just lift that into position now, and then we can lock those like that. And if it is still a little bit loose and there's a little bit of give, just use your 13mm spanner and just give that a couple of tweaks so that it's nice and firm. And then to release it, of course, we just click it off and fold it down. So that's given it the correct tension that we need. So that's the handlebars in place. A couple of other things we can do is we can pull the cord up, and what I'm going to do is just pop around here to do that. So what we want to do is to hook this onto the handlebar to make it easier for starting. So if you just pull this lever in here, it takes the compression off the engine, and then just pull that out and it loops into position there. So when we're standing with it, it makes it much easier for that. And the other thing to do is we've got this cable here, and we don't want that to flap around, so it comes with a cable clip that there to hold that into place, so that's nice and secure. So what we'll do now is we'll get some oil and petrol in it, and then I'll show you how to start it. So we'll start with the petrol, this goes in the filler cap just here. Always use fresh petrol, not stale petrol, that's really important. And if you're using E10 petrol, then there are additives you can put in that make the mower engine much more efficient and run smoothly. And then we can put the fuel cap on. Although the mower of course will run on this petrol, Briggs do recommend a additive to put in there. It just makes it burn cleaner and you'll get a much smoother running of the engine. And of course with the new E10 petrol it must be fresh, and never leave it more than 30 days in the tank. So at the end of the season of course run it dry, so you've got no petrol in the carburetors as well, and then it will start much better next year when you fuel it up. So that's the petrol in there ready to go. Oil is around this side, and the filler cap doubles up also as the dipstick for when you're checking your oil levels in the future. Don't worry if there's a little bit of oil already on it, because these are all factory tested, so it will have been run. The oil is provided with the mower. We need 440 millilitres, which is what is in this bottle. So we're going to put it all in. But of course the important thing, whenever you're adding oil to a mower, you should always work on the dipstick. So normally you'd let it just settle for a couple of minutes so you can get down into the engine, and then we put the dipstick back on, twist it into the closed position and open it, and then we can see the oil level on there. The oil there is on the hatched bit right to the top, which is perfect. So when we check this on a regular basis, if it does drop, then we need to top it up to this point just here. So we've got the oil all in there, fuel in there, so it is ready to start up. Just to tell you a little bit about the mowing before we lift it down and start the engine. This is a mulch mower. Mulch mowers cut the grass, but they don't collect it, so it all stays underneath the deck here. It's got a strong steel deck, and what happens is it chops it very finely with the blade, and then it blows it down into the cover of the grass. So we never mow too close with them, and the secret is to mow little and often. By recycling the nutrients, it also holds the moisture in the base of the lawn, so if we get hot dry summers, then it keeps your grass green for longer without the need to have to water. So we're mulching with this, but should the grass get a little bit long, then you can also do what we call side discharge. And side discharge is very simple. Instead of the grass being mulched underneath, it throws it out this flap just here. So we've got this chute that we just clip into place. It just sits under there and holds it, so then the grass will be thrown out. So should your grass for whatever reason get a little bit long and it struggles to mulch, put this on, throw it out the side. You can then rake it up and get it down to the required height that you want. So I'm going to take that back off for now, put the flap down. What we'll do is lift it off the table, put it on the ground, and I'll show you the starting procedure. When they are in transport, they're always set on the very lowest cutting. So what we need to do is just lift the deck off the ground, and that's just so that when we start it, we're not straining the engine on any thick grass. And then once the engine's running, you can put it to the height that you want to mow. And then all we need to do is to prime it, and we do this every time we start from the engine being cold. And on the side here, we've got the fuel tank here with a carburetor at the back, and this is the air filter, and there's a little primer button there, and we just prime that 3 times when the engine's cold, and that just pumps a little bit of fuel in there just to give it that bit of a start. And then for the starting procedure, we've got a handle on the handlebars here. We have to pull that in. That takes the compression off the engine, and that is also how we stop the mower. So while ever this is in, the engine will run. As soon as we want to stop, we release it. So we pull that in, and first time this is ever started, so it might take 2 or 3 pulls to get the fuel through, but then we're away. Let's go.
Remember to register your Cobra online at www.cobragarden.co.uk, and always have your Cobra serviced regularly. Check the website for your nearest dealer.